Hello, doctor. My name is Liqi. The title of my research is The Impact of Human Capital Management on Business Performance in Chinese Multinational Enterprise. My presentation covers this key section like this. First, on how effective human capital strategies can enhance global competitiveness. This research looks at how managing people affect the sources of Chinese multinational companies. I'm using data from 18 companies. I found that fair pay and a good mix of education levels help performance, but having too many graduate employees can hurt it. The research suggests ideas like improving pay, balancing education levels, and helping employees adapt to different cultures, giving useful tips for managers and policymakers. Managing people in multinational companies is tough in today's global business world. Different cultures, local laws, and skill gaps make things complicated. Two big questions arise. How can companies balance global practice with local needs, and how can they boost employee performance to grow? My research focuses on these issues using data from 80 Chinese multinational companies. Now, let's look at the goals of my research to see how I tackle these challenges. Well, my research focuses on three main goals. First, I mean to figure out the biggest challenges. Chinese multinational companies face when managing their people. Things like cultural difference, skill gaps, or adapting to new market are a part for this. Second, I study how managing human capital impacts company performance. This can help us find practical and useful insights for managers. Lastly, I want to offer easy to follow strategies that the companies can use to improve their human capital practice. These strategies should help them perform better and stay competitive in the global market. For this research, I used two key theories: the resource-based view and expectancy theory. The RBV looks at people as one of the most important resource a company has. When used well, this resource gives companies a big advantage. And expectancy salary focus on rewards and motivation, showing how things like fair pay and recognition push employees to do better. I combine these theories to study how managing people affects performance in Chinese multinational companies. Specifically, I look at education levels, salaries for employee and managers, and the number of graduate employees. I look at the data from 18 Chinese companies from year 2019 to 2023. These companies are from different industries, so the results are more balanced. I also add the detail like company size and how international they are, to make the analyze more accurate. This helped me understand how different factors affect performance. For example, I focus on things like employee salaries and the education levels. By doing this, I found partners that can guide companies in managing people better. So let's talk about the results. Pretty interesting stuff. I used the factor analyze and from three factors explain 78% of the data. Then I ran regression analyze. Turns out employee wages have the biggest positive impact on performance. And guess what? Education levels help too, so not as much. These results really show how important is to invest in people, especially in fair pay and education. Here's the breakdown. Employee wages had the strongest impact, like fair pay really does boost productivity and keeps employees happy. Manager salaries also helped improve performance, but the impact was smaller. Now, the big surprise, too many graduate employees actually hurt performance. This might be due to overqualification. Sometimes degrees do not match what the job really needs. It shows that finding the right balance in hiring is just as important as offering fair pay and benefit. For my research funding, let me share the key points. First, good human capital management is essential for multinational companies to success, right? Things like offering fair pay and improving employee education that have a big impact on performance, but there are still challenges to solve. Cultural adaptation is hard, and matching employee skill to job needs isn't easy at right. My research connects how managing people affects business success. It also gives managers useful tips to deal with these problems, helping companies grow and perform better. Now, for my suggestions. For managers, it's important to improve human capital assistance and provide better on-the-job training. Companies should also offer fair pay and adjust salary to keep employees motivated and happy. For policymakers, improving education is key. They should also protect employee rights and set fair pay standards. This will help companies stay competitive and support their employees' rights. For future research, we should look into different industries and how human capital affects performance in each. It's also important to focus on real-time data to check changes or challenges in human capital management as business grow. Okay, thank you for listening. I hope this research offers some useful ideas for the future, and I will forever remember my study life. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Doctor.